Hi. Okay, so we are on week 6. So this is my 6th injection. I know that at least I think. Okay, so this is my 6th injection, my 2nd dose of 5 milligrams of Mounjaro. I did put it in my left thigh this week. And I will say that so far with my left thigh and my right thigh, I've experienced stinging, soreness, light bruising. There is very rarely any blood when I inject it on my stomach, but there's far more. It's not a ton of blood, but there is more blood, or there is enough to where I have to wipe it off, maybe even need a Band-Aid, and that doesn't happen with my belly. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'll stop with the thigh. We did weigh on both scales with David's two. It turns out they're 17.5-pound dumbbells, and we put them on both of the scales, and both scales weighed inaccurately. The white scale that connects to my phone, it weighed them 2.5 pounds heavier, or 2.6 pounds heavier. So I'm guessing that the barbell part itself from the dumbbell has weight on it too, even though I assumed 17.5-pound dumbbell that the entire thing would be 17.5 pounds, because the other scale weighted at 0.6 pounds higher. So with the extra 2 pounds, I know that the white one is weighing 2 pounds extra. Today, I weighed in at 344.9. So 347.8 minus 344.9. So that is a loss of 2.9 pounds this week. I am still on my period. I should not have even bothered to weigh. This is a very different kind of period than what I'm used to. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. It's very, very, very light. This period is very light in comparison to what I'm used to. The pain factor with this period is like non-existent, with the exception of that day with my back pain. Oh, my back. And the next day my back was still hurting, but it was not nearly as bad as the first day. And then I'm still having the hormonal outbreak. However, the other day was far worse. It has gotten much, much better. It has gotten much, much better. So that's good. So let's see. So that means as of right now, the beginning of week 6, we are 19.1 pounds down. So that's fabulous. I don't have a pen. How could I not have? I have like 50,000 pen boxes, pencil cases. I can't find the one that I've been using that has like my pencils. So, you know what I didn't do? I didn't measure. I think what I'm going to do is I'm only going to measure once a month. So, but I need vindication. So I am going to measure my neck. Because if you'll recall, the last time I did this, only my neck hadn't lost. I'm not going to make it official, but ha 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 ha. 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 15, and yeah, we're gonna call it 6 because it's like right at the 6th line. You see it? Like right at the 6th line. So 15, 6, which means it's gone down almost an entire inch. What? That's so awesome. As of right now, there hasn't been any side effects. No nausea, no, stomach issues outside of my normal standard stomach issues that I already have. The food noise is gone again. There is some hunger coming back on Tuesdays. So on Tuesdays, which is the day before my injection, I am having a bit of hunger, but it's not nearly like, oh my God, I'm starving. Like yesterday, I was hungry, but I was so busy. I had woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't go back to bed. And I was just tossing and turning. I went back to work yesterday and I started at 9 in the morning. Normally I start at 3:30 p.m. So I was like, I could not sleep. I was so nervous to oversleep that and I don't know why, because I'm always up before then. But I was so nervous to oversleep that I couldn't sleep. I just couldn't sleep. So I was up since 3 in the morning, and somewhere around 5, I started getting really hungry. But then I was like, no, because I fully intended to go back to bed, wanted to go back to bed. So I did not want to eat and then go to sleep. So I was hungry and then I didn't eat. So I just drank some water and then the hunger went away. And then it was kind of like that on and off all day long. I didn't end up getting around to being able to eat anything until 4:30 p.m. when David was home. We ended up making some tuna fish sandwiches, and I ate one and he ate two. And that's all I ate all day. I did have a protein shake in the morning, and that was it. And I drank a bunch of water and I had electrolytes, but that's all I had. It was not intentional. It was just the way that it went. And I wasn't like starving all day. It just, the hunger would come and go, come and go. It was no big deal. But since my days off are going to change at the end of September, I'm contemplating at least waiting until then, but I'm going to have Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off. And right now I only have Sundays and Mondays off. And I do notice that on Tuesdays, especially, sometimes on Mondays, but usually like late Monday, I'm starting to get hungry again. And there may be some cravings that come in. So I'm a little concerned that if I continue to do it on Wednesdays, by the time that I'm Monday and Tuesday and I'm off of work, I'm going to end up doing stupid things. So I think before my new bid begins, before the end of September, I will be switching my day to probably Thursday. This way, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. By the time I'm getting hungry again, it'll be Wednesday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. And I can handle that now if it happens on Mondays. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But that's where we're at right now. Now, I do need to make a new appointment with my therapist because I'm trying to do it every 2 weeks because my work offers free 12 sessions for the year. And since we're already 6 months into the year, I was able to, if I do it with 12 sessions for the year, I can do every 2 weeks and it'll cover and I won't have to pay for anything. So that's what I'm trying to do for this year at least. So that's kind of cool. So when I went up to 5 milligrams this week, not this week, you already know, you know what I mean. When I went up to 5 milligrams, it was insane the amount of phone calls I had to make. I had to call, my regular pharmacy did not have it, although I had called them the day before and they said they did. They didn't have it. And so they also told me they did not know how long or when or if they would be able to get it because they've been having trouble getting it, although it told them that they can order it for me and it would be there the next day. They didn't know for sure. So I ended up calling 11 other pharmacies. I finally found one. Okay, just for reference, here is the first list and here's the other part of the second list. And I called one pharmacy on the 11th try. That's when I got a hold of the pharmacy that did have it. It was only a mere 10 miles away. However, in the DFW, that is not close. It took me 35 minutes to get there. and almost 40 minutes to get home. It was terrible. But luckily, it was still the Albertsons pharmacy, which is who I use. So all I had to do, because I supposedly had found it at Walmart, and it turns out that they didn't even have it. They told me they had one. And I asked them, how can I get my prescription transferred so that I can get it? And they said, well, the easiest way to do it is to call your doctor. And I said, well, that might be the easiest way. However, my doctors are already gone for the day, and there isn't going to be a way to get it sent over, and I need it today. And so they were like, well, they didn't want to do it. So I went in person, and then they told me they didn't even have it. And I was like, jerks. So I was like, okay. So then I was calling like all the Tom Thumbs and the Albertsons, because I was hoping that one of them would have it, because it's the same pharmacy, so that I can get it easily transferred. And then I did find it at a Tom Thumb in downtown Fort Worth. And I was like, great. Then they told me I had to call my pharmacy who was holding the prescription, let them know to file it. I forgot what words they used. I think they said file it, so that they can pick up the prescription and fill it for me. So I did that, and they told me give them about 5 minutes. And the Tom Thumb told me we only have one, and first come, first serve. And I said, okay. I had no idea where they were and no idea how to get there. I only know that the map said it was 9.9 miles away. So I was like, okay. And then, so I did call them, and I told them, please, I am having them do that right now. So I called them. They said, give it about 2 or 3 minutes, and then they should be able to do that. So then I called back to Tom Thumb, and they told me, I still don't see it. However, I'll hold it for you until it's released. It shouldn't take longer than, a minute or two, since it's already been a few minutes. And I said, okay. And once we hung up, I had to put gas, because there was no way I was going to make it all the way over there when I saw how long the drive was going to be. I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it, pretty much an hour and 15 minutes there and back. So I was already at Walmart, so I went to the Walmart gas station and I filled up the tank. By the time I had gotten back into the car, the prescription notification had already came that it was there and it was filled. So I was so happy. I was like, okay, great. So this time around, before I go to the doctor, my appointment's at 10 o'clock in the morning, I think this week, or this month coming, 10 o'clock or 10:30. I will call the pharmacies and I will ask them if they have them. I will let them know that, I don't know. I do have an extra box of 2.5, because I did pick up my refill before I knew that they were going to move me to 5. And so what I might do is do the same thing with the 5, if I can find it. As soon as they allow me to do it, I might just pick it up, if I can find somebody to have it. And then if I have to, then I could combine a 2.5 and a 5 and make it 7.5 while I wait for the 7.5 to be filled. Do what you gotta do, right? So that's how my week's going. I'm glad that even with my period, I'm back to losing again, so that's fantastic. Work has not been easy because, as you are aware, there was a global IT outage from CrowdStrike and Microsoft. If your company used those together, you had issues. And I work in the airlines, so we have issues. Yeah. So it's been a lot of fun all day, every day. I'm just getting cussed out. And I'm like, I want to say, you act like I personally went and, sabotaged your vacation or your flight. I didn't do anything to you. I'm just here trying to help as best as I can. I'm just trying to find you a new flight. I'm just trying to, reconnect you with your bag. I'm just trying to, whatever it is I'm trying to do. But what I'm not trying to do is be cussed out all day, every day, because you are not the only person cussing me out. Trust me. There's plenty of people cussing me out right now. And that's not fun. It really isn't. It's a lot of like, oh, it's a lot of mental stress. And I already have mental issues, so I don't need to add to it. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I need to take like some anxiety medication before I go to work. And that's a horrible feeling, but it is what it is. So, yeah. And I heard something the other day. I was listening to, sometimes I just mindlessly listen to YouTube. I just have it mindlessly listen to YouTube. I just have it playing while I'm doing other things. And it's just like, okay, today was no different. And I heard a video where they were talking about how they used to be overweight and they've lost a significant amount of weight. And one thing that really bothered them was how much people would, validate the weight loss. Like, oh, you look so good now. You've lost weight. You're so beautiful now. Like, that is something that really, really, really triggers me. And something that really causes me, that is something that really triggers me. And that is something that really causes me to self-sabotage. I cannot stand to hear people talk about that with me. I hate to hear, oh, you've lost so much weight, you look so amazing, blah, 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 blah. What this person said, and these are in my own words because this is how I interpreted it and this is how I feel when things like that are said to me. And I never understood that until today when I heard this. This validation of my weight loss makes me feel as though you are implying that you wouldn't love me at any size, as if you could only love me in a thinner body. That hit me so incredibly hard because that is something that I struggle with, and I don't know what it is. I never understood it. I couldn't explain why I felt the way that I did when people would tell me things like that. And people think, oh, I'm just complimenting you. It's just a compliment. But to me, I don't see it that way. To me, I see it as you didn't appreciate and or love me before. And that's very painful to consider and to think about. And I don't like it. So that's something that I need to work with my therapist on and go from there. But I hope you guys have an amazing day. And as always, I want to give you digital hugs. And I want to hear all about your week. Let me know your ups, your downs, your ins and your outs, the things that you want to celebrate together, the things that you want to, vent about, whatever it is. Just go ahead and comment it down below and we can do that together. We are on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers. We are almost there. We are somewhere around 55 now, 54 now. So if you guys are enjoying your time here, please remember to subscribe so that we can celebrate that together. And I just want to thank you for being there. Thank you for supporting me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye.